Hi! Today I am doing a video response to Kelly Bear's top 5 tarot decks tag challenge thing. And I don't know if it's cheating. I only have 5 decks, which is not cheating, because I know some people have been like, well, I'm sneaking this deck in, you know, into my pocket or whatever. So I only have 5 decks, but they're not all tarot decks, because I think I only have 4... oh no, I might have 5 tarot decks in total. So mine are a mixture of tarot and oracle. So I hope that's okay. Apologies if it's not. Anyway, let's get into it. My number 1, I'm not sure if these are in, I don't think they're in any particular order. My number 1 I mentioned in my last video would be Shadowscapes, because it's epic, and I mentioned before that I have no idea if you can see that or not. I'm sure you all know what Shadowscapes cards look like anyway, but you know, I find it really easy to read with, really easy to work with, and it feels like my soul deck. It's my home deck. It's the deck I feel most comfortable with at the moment, and has been for the past couple of years. So yeah, it's and it's beautiful. So I would definitely take Shadowscapes with me. My second deck that I would take with me is, I also mentioned, Wisdom of the Oracle. I've been through the cards in the other video. I've been through Shadowscapes as well, but you know. So yes, Wisdom of the Oracle, because again, I feel really connected to it. I said in my other video, it feels like a hug for my soul, and it does. I love it, and it's beautiful. And yeah, it's a really nice deck. I feel bonded with it. The third deck I would have to take, because it's Soul Cards. Soul Cards 1. I only have Soul Cards 1 at the minute. 2 is on my wish list because need. So I have Soul Cards. Mainly, I bought it because I wanted to use it for shadow work. And it's been amazing for shadow work, really. It's a deep deck, and there's no prompt word on the card. There's no book that there's a little book but it doesn't have any meanings for the cards in it. It's just purely intuition, and I found that it's really helped me learn to trust my intuition as well, which is really good. But I also find it very helpful to use to express what I'm feeling emotionally to my parents or other people. Sometimes I'll pull cards to do shadow work, and then I'll end up taking 1 or 2 of them downstairs and be like, this is how I feel right now, please be gentle with me, kind of thing. So I just think it's an amazing deck, and I've heard really good things about Soul Cards 2 as well, so definitely on the wish list. So that is my third deck. Fourth deck, sorry about that. My fourth deck that I would take with me is, I was surprised about this, that I put this on my top 5 decks, but it is the Morgan Greer. This was given to me by a lovely friend, and I've been learning with it, and even though I'm not drawn to the artwork in it, and some of them I some of the images I feel like it's different from the Rider-Waite-Smith enough for it to change the meaning, for me anyway. So it's sort of challenging my intuition a bit, again, but while helping me learn Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, if that makes sense. But it's a lovely reader. It's lovely to read with, and it's quite straight to the point, I suppose, as a deck. So it's not a deck I would say I'm passionate about, but I do pull it out, and I do think, yeah, I'll read with that now. I fancy a straightforward, easy read kind of thing. So that is number 4. Evidently I can't count very well. Number 4. And number 5 is another Oracle deck. Ooh. It's bad that I've only got 2 tarot decks, but in this, oh, I can't get in. There we go. The final deck I would take with me is Crazy Sexy Love Notes. And I think this deck is so cute, and adorable, and I really like it. I find it a bit difficult to shuffle because you have on the front the image and sort of a little quote, sort of keyword type affair, but the actual description is on the back. So I find myself sort of shuffling with my eyes closed, or trying to look into the distance and not be drawn to a certain colour or something, because I just will end up picking pink. Because, you know. So, yeah. But I find it a really, really lovely deck to work with, in that it gives me messages that I need, but in a really lovely way, because the artwork is gentle and loving and caring and, you know, that kind of thing. It really does, makes me feel safe, even though it might be giving me a message that is quite hard, I suppose. So I used it as the advice cards during March for the Within Without Advice challenge on Instagram, and it was really, really good, to be honest. Really was. I used it with Shadowscapes, and they really sort of gelled well together. So yeah, Crazy Sexy Love Notes. I think it's a really good deck, and even though it looks like it's going to be airy, maybe airy fairy is not the right word, but it's going to be a bit soft and fluffy and, you know, blah blah blah, it does have really good deep messages, important messages for you, well, just for me, and yeah, I find that really good, and but as I say, it delivers them in a nice, gentle way, so if you're feeling a bit tender, it's okay. You know, you think, oh, that's terrifying, but it's going to be okay. Which is nice. So, they are my 5 top decks that I would take with me if I was on a desert island for a year, or I'm not going to say for the rest of my life, because I'm going to wimp out of that. So I will see you again soon, and I might be doing the YouTube Pagan Challenge, starting to film some videos for that, but I'm not quite sure yet, because I don't know if I have enough to say about each topic to make a video on each topic, but we'll see. Bye!